Mental health and mental disabilities are really not taken care of across the world and are a great cause of disability and disease burden globally. But in particular in India, there is absolutely no mental health care available to people in rural areas. So the ratio of psychiatrists to the mentally ill in a country as large as this is less than 1%. So it's very difficult for patients to access care. Mental illness causes not just disability but also death from suicide, and in southern India, in young women in particular, suicide is a huge issue which has remained unaddressed. Maanasi means of sound mind. This was a term coined by the villagers in Mugalur and in the villages around it. Women are the key stakeholders in any community. They are the primary caregivers and the key drivers for any new introduced care. So we targeted women in the villages first. Also, women suffer from depression and anxiety anywhere from twofold to threefold that of men globally. This has been found through research across many countries. So it is of our interest to focus on the women in the community because they absolutely need to be treated, but they will also network better with other women and care for others as well. When we treat them, we essentially take care of the whole family. We also appointed women and trained women as caseworkers who live in the villages, are culturally congruent, and know the local languages so they can speak to the villagers with ease. Maanasi really is the first and possibly the only mental health program in Rotary International that is long-term and sustained. It is also the only transatlantic program that's run by people from the United States for India. I wanted to give back to the country of my origin, and here is where I wanted to help because I'm a psychiatrist. Some of the innovative solutions we've provided are we are using indigenous caseworkers who are knowledgeable about the community, who are well accepted, who have at least a high school education, and are well trained to screen people for the possibility of depression or anxiety. We located the clinic, dovetailed with primary health care, so that our patients get not just mental health care, but any kind of care that they need. So it's a comprehensive program. So additionally, they might get vision and hearing impairment screening. They may get maternal and child care. They may get immunizations for their children. The third issue that we've dealt with is outreach into the community. So when patients are unable to come to the clinic, our caseworkers go out to them, to their homes, to interview them and engage them and bring them to the clinic. This also encourages compliance. Additionally, we've provided education for these women in Mahila Mandals where they congregate for other reasons. And our education is done at multiple points so that the education is repeated and they are able to understand what care they need. They in turn speak to other women in the community and word spreads very easily. We use village plays as a medium for training and explaining what the diseases are so that they become knowledgeable about what might be an illness. I believe in the future we should be using information technology. Over 90% of our patients have cell phones. We can send them appointment reminders or other messages about medications through the use of the cell phones. I believe we can use Skype or other ways of communicating where the specialist can be accessed through telemedicine to provide oversight of care by primary care doctors. I believe we can offer primary care doctors extra courses that are intensive for a week or two in the city, which they can take back to the villages. This Maanasi project is really a prime example of volunteer humanitarian service that has transgressed the borders of not just communities but continents to bring care to 187 villages to millions of women and children.
The Maanasi story of women's mental health and the way it has succeeded in delivering actual solutions to a family, to the larger community, to the society, to a village is in fact something that needs to be taken away from here and do something about it in your village, in your town, in your society, because this can be done by you anywhere, anytime.
The Maanasi story has just begun with a few thousand women in a few hundred villages. The time has come for each one of us to invest in the mental health of our country. And the only place to start is with our women. For in their hands and in their happiness lies our future.